Welcome to another episode of the Hinterlands on NTV World. This weekly show brings together stories from the hinterlands of Nepal, takes you beyond the cities and highways into the heart of Nepal's rural landscapes. I'm Rosina Rai and we will be leading you into this journey every week. We begin tonight with the pulse of the nation. As the House of Representatives election in Nepal draws near, political campaigns have reached a fever pitch nationwide. However, with heightened activity comes increased scrutiny. Numerous reports of code of conduct violations are surfacing across the country, nowhere more so than in Janakpur Dham, the capital of Madhya province, where violation remains at an all-time high. Election activities including door-to-door campaigns coupled by extensive social media use have intensified as Nepal's House of Representatives election approaches. Alongside, incidents of violation of election code of conduct are increasing, with the Dhanusa in Madhya province reported to have the highest number of breaches. Dhanusa District Administration Office has removed more than 20,000 publicity materials that violated the election code of conduct. As parties and candidates did not pay heed to the directives of the office, it had to remove the pamphlets and other campaign materials by itself. Though Chief District Officer of Dhanusa, Prem Prasad Luitel, has warned of strict legal action against violators, the trend remains unchecked.
जनकपुर क्षेत्रमा चाहिँ धेरै मात्रामा यो आचार संहिता उल्लङ्घनको घटना भएकोले यसलाई हामीले चाहिँ नियन्त्रण गरेका हौं आचार संहिता पालना गर्नुपर्छ भनेर यसलाई हटाएका.
Since all districts in Madhya share border with India, many polling stations are classified as highly sensitive. Understanding the security sensitivity of most of the polling stations in Madhya region, the candidates and parties have been advised to be more responsible in code of conduct adherence.
तब त्यो कन्ट्रोल हुन्छ अनि जनताहरु पनि आफ्नो मतको निर्भीक रूपमा अधिकार प्रयोग गरेर मत दिन पाउँछन्.
People at large are concerned that continued violations could threaten the fairness of the election ahead. While the political machinery buzz nationwide, the movement of people in borders to India tell a different story. As the country gear up for the March 5th polls, the Srinagar border in Kailali saw a hive of movement. For some, the journey across the border is driven by the ballot. For others, leaving homeland and leaving their family behind, it's a matter of employment and survival. Early in the morning at the Srinagar custom checkpoint in Kailali district, Nepal's open border with India, a long line of young men and women stretches as far as the eyes can see. Each of them carried a bag on their shoulder, their faces marked by exhaustion and determination. The lines at the border reflect a coexistence of journeys. Some Nepalese are crossing to return home and vote in the national election, while others are leaving the country in search of work and survival. Previously, most migrant workers returned only during festivals, but this year is different. Some have come back specifically to cast their vote in March 5th election. Despite years of hard work in a foreign land, they carry hope that their vote might bring change to the country they call home. For them, the election is a chance to choose leaders who could create the opportunities they have long been denied.
अहिले विशेष चुनावी माहौलमा देशको परिस्थिति देख्दाखेरि हामीलाई पनि प्रवासमा भएका साथीहरुलाई पनि केही अब देशमा हुन्छ होला परिवर्तन हुन्छ होला भनेर हामी अब प्रवासबाट अहिले चुनावी माहौलमै प्रदेश फर्किरहेका छौं.
Yet alongside hope, there is frustration. Those heading to India whisper to themselves, hunger is greater than voting. This is the reality for many Nepalese from Sudur Paschim province whose stories are mirrored across the nation. For years, they have traveled to Indian cities, taking on labor-intensive jobs to support their families. The open border, geographic proximity, and limited opportunities at home leave them little choice but to seek work abroad. Many young Nepalese leaving the country and a family behind speak of the same struggles: unemployment, lack of industries, and limited economic opportunities.
भोलिको दिन यति टाढा जान्छ न उता पनि दुःख गान्छौँ यता रोजगारी भइदियो झन् राम्रो हुन्छ त्यही स्वदेशमा
They lament political promises of job creation are plentiful during election campaigns, but real change has been slow in coming. As Nepal heads to the polls on March 5th, Srinagar stands as a quiet witness to two parallel journeys, one toward the ballot box and another toward opportunity abroad. As the election fever climbs, so does the skepticism, or many feel left behind in various remote areas of the country. In Dolakha district, the Dalit community, a significant demographic in the district, expresses a growing sense of isolation. Despite the campaign hype, many feel there is no true leader for their cause in this race. Without representation at the decision-making level, they fear their daily struggles will continue to be overlooked by the very people seeking their votes.
In political circles of Dolakha district, located in the high hills of Bagmati province, the issue of representation is always on the script, but the story on the ground remains unchanged. Despite a population of over 14,700, the Dalit community feels systematically sidelined. The common grievance, while the broader leadership climbs the ladder, the community is viewed simply as a vote bank.
जुन माथिल्लो तलामा पनि यहाँ अहिले आएर यहाँनेरि हामी सबै थोक गर्छौं भन्छन् अब आखिरी उनीहरु भोट हालेर जितेर गइसकेपछि यहाँनेरि गाउँ फर्किने काम पनि गर्दैनन् दलितहरुलाई हेर्ने काम पनि गर्दैनन् त्यो कारणले चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ त्यो नेता के होस् कि दलितलाई भोट माग्न मात्रै आउने होइन भोट हालेर पछि जितिसकेपछि नि यहाँ आएर समस्याको समाधान गर्छु भन्ने खालका नेताहरुलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो विचारमा चाहिँ त्यसरी हेर्ने र चुन्ने भन्ने खालको विचार.
This treatment is not due to lack of presence though. There are Dalit families in all 73 wards of the district. Yet the path to parliamentary leadership remains largely out of reach. Community members point to a frustrating cycle, a lack of widespread awareness combined with parties silencing the most vocal figures with small favors or temporary rules. This leaves the wider community in the shadows, prioritized only when it is time to head to the elections.
हामी मिलाउँछौं सबै कुरा भनेर भन्दाखेरिबाट केही न केहीको अहिले हामीलाई हो त्यस्तै यही जातको लागि नै यो.
For this March 5 election, the District Election Office has registered 33 candidates, including 19 independents. However, only 2 of these candidates come from Dalit community. Local advocates are now pushing for a change in the narrative. They argue that the days of being easily swayed by election day promises must end. The message that they are sending to the parties is clear. They are no longer interested in just filling out ballots. They are ready to lead.
It is not all about political disbelief in Dolakha. The district is also witnessing a quiet industrial revival. Post-earthquake heritage reconstruction has breathed new life into the stone-cutting industry. What was once a struggling craft is now a lucrative alternative.
The reconstruction of ancient temples and heritage sites following the 2015 earthquake has sparked a major revival for the traditional stone-cutting industry in Dolakha of northeastern Nepal. A prime example is a new temple currently under construction in Sailung Rural Municipality at a cost of approximately 20 million rupees. which relies entirely on these artistically carved river stones to maintain its traditional aesthetic. This surge in demand for heritage restoration has turned what was once a struggling venture into a highly profitable business for local entrepreneur like Ramkrishna Basnet. After abandoning plans to move abroad, Basnet established the Kalenchok stone cutting industry in Bhimeshwar municipality in Dolakha. Basnet's journey, initially marked by significant financial losses for the first 4 years, finally shifted in his favor. Today, his business struggles to keep up with the massive market orders, leading him to open a second branch.
2-3 वर्ष भयो हामीले यहाँ लोकल काममा धारा मठ मन्दिर बाटोको चौताराहरुमा हाल्दैपछि अलि प्रचार बढी भयो अनि सबैले राम्रो रहेछ देखिने रहेछ लङ लास्टिङ हुन्छ हैन त्यसकै माग गरिरहेछ ढुङ्गाको माग त हाम्रो अल नेपाल छ ढुङ्गानी सहज हुने ठाउँमा लैजान्छ के हामीले
His industry now provides a stable employment to 14 young men who have opted to stay in their home country rather than seeking labor work overseas. These local youths report that they can earn up to 200,000 rupees a month, wages that rival or even exceed what they might have made in foreign countries. While concrete buildings are becoming more common in rural villages, the demand for high-quality cut stone is rising rapidly for local taps and religious monuments and temples.
We'll look to the Eastern Hills for an success story. While Jumla's apples are famous nationwide, farmers in the east of Bhojpur are now experimenting with the commercial apple farming. It's a high-value gamble on climate suitability that is already showing sign of a fruitful harvest. Apple farming in Nepal is a rapidly developing high-value sector, primarily in high-hill districts like Mustang, Jumla and Manang. The program to experiment on the suitable climate to expand the apple farming in other high-hilly districts across the country is ongoing priority of the government of Nepal. Meanwhile, in Bhojpur district of Eastern Nepal, farmers in Ramprasad Rai municipality are successfully expanding commercial apple farming for the first time. The initiative is part of a grant program launched by the rural municipality 6 months back. Under this program, farmers received apple seedlings with 50% cost-sharing support from the ward office, a policy commonly used in Nepal to promote high-value crops in rural communities. In the villages of Samke and Tamalung, around 36 households have already begun commercial apple cultivation. The ward office has encouraged this shift by providing grants and technical support, motivating farmers to expand their orchards and adopt farming practices suitable to the region's hilly terrain and soil. Nearly 1,800 apple saplings were distributed, selected specifically to thrive in the local climate and geography. The initiative aims to develop the region as a pocket area for apple production. The agriculture section confirmed that the saplings are well suited to local conditions, ensuring better growth and higher yields.
कुन टोलमा के वस्तु लाउन सकिन्छ र कृषकलाई छिटो भन्दा छिटो चाहिँ आय स्तरको कृषकहरूको आय स्तर चाहिँ वृद्धि गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने अभिप्रायका साथ मुख्य गरी सामके र तामालुङ हाम्रो यो ओडाको साबिक 3 र 4 को सामके र तामालुङको यो भागमा हामीले एक टोल एक उत्पादनको अवधारणा अनुरूप हामीले यो गरेका छौं र यो चाहिँ भूगोल पनि अलिकति माथिल्लो फाट भएको हुनाले यो स्याउ जात हामीले छनौट गरेर यहाँ स्याउ चाहिँ फल्छ भन्ने हामीले चाहिँ अनुमान गरेर कृषि प्राविधिक साथीहरुसँग पनि सरसल्लाह गरेर हामीले स्याउको कार्यक्रम यहाँ राखेका छौं.
The municipality has also established humidity centers in Baigunta to store agricultural produce. Alongside fruit farming, the One House, One Tunnel program has been launched across all wards in the district. While transitioning toward commercialization, high-density farming, and modern techniques, it faces challenges from infrastructure's deficit. In this final report of the Hinterland's new episode, we move to the vibrant colors of Holi or Phagu Purnima, which is formally commenced in Nepal. The festival, a herald of spring and the victory of good over evil, began in the capital with the ceremonial raising of the chir, the traditional bamboo pole. As spring gently settles over Nepal, the vibrant festival of Holi, known as Phagu Purnima, begins with an age-old ritual in the capital, Kathmandu. The festival is celebrated over 2 consecutive days. The hilly region, including Kathmandu, celebrates on the full moon day of February, while the Tarai region celebrates 1 day later. Although the 2 regions observe the festival on different days, the essence remains the same, symbolizing the arrival of spring, the victory of good over evil, and the playful love of Lord Krishna and Radha. At Basantapur in Kathmandu, 1 week ahead of the festival, ceremonial chir, a bamboo pole decorated with colorful strips of cloth, is erected at an auspicious hour, marking the official start of the festival. The erecting the pole has historically been carried out by the local Manandar community. This ritual is known as Chir Soyagu. The pole stands for about a week, during which the surrounding area becomes a focal point for celebrations. At the end of the festival, the bamboo pole is taken down and burned in a ceremonial bonfire at Turikel. People often collect pieces of cloth from the pole to keep in their homes, believing they bring good luck. Far to the south, in the Mithila region, the vibrant festival also begins with the Mithila Madhyama Parikrama, or the circumambulation of the region. The ritual is considered the traditional and formal starting point of Holi festival in the Mithila Anchal region of Nepal. Participants, including saints and devotees, smear abir, colored powder, on one another and offer it to the idols of Lord Ram and Sita, marking the commencement of the festival. This tradition commemorates the belief that Lord Ram and Janaki once celebrated Holi in this sacred land during the Treta Yuga, one of 4 ages in Hindu cosmology. Devotees begin parikrama on Falgun Shukla Pratibhada and travel through several holy sites before reaching Kanchanban on Falgun Shukla Saptami. The area revered for the confluence of the Ichavati and Bira Raja rivers becomes a vibrant gathering place for saints, temple heads, community leaders, and devotees. From the historic courtyards of Kathmandu to the sacred grounds of Mithila, Holi, one of Nepal's auspicious Hindu festival, carries a deep religious significance. Beyond that, it rejuvenates the heart and soul with renewed energy, encouraging people to forgive, forget, and embrace new beginnings. Rosina Rai, reporting for NTV World. That's all for this edition of the Hinterlands. Whether you are heading to the polls or heading home for the festivities, stay safe and stay informed. Also, do follow us on our website www.nepaltvworld.com, social media handles, and our YouTube channel. I am Rosina Rai. Thank you for watching NTV World.